This week on the Spotlight, Paul Konerko, not performing up to his normal self, talks about it. And on this week's show, we go to trivia at Moods, a great bar in Portage, Indiana. A lot of fun people. Then we go back to Sox Park and manager Robin Ventura answering any and all questions. And we finish with a flashback from 2005, the Cubs. See if you know that guy. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 23rd year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You got to get to Kelly's Tavern for Benkowski Trivia. Friday, May 24th at 8 p.m., Friday, June 7th at 8 p.m. Come out and play. Bring your friends. We might play outside. It's fun. 44th and Wallace. Come to Kelly's Tavern. You will have a good time. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Demitas Coffee Shop is an excellent place to go at 1066 West Taylor, just off the UIC campus. Breakfast, lunches, mochas, lattes, cappuccino, tea, baked goods, superb French toast, great chicken salad. Open Tuesday through Sunday for breakfast and lunch. Great staff. Demitas Coffee Shop on Taylor. Dave McLean's got some antiques for you. You better stop at 2716 West 111th Street in Mount Greenwood. 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., or do you call it Beverly? 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Always buying and selling quality antiques, art, silver, coins, vintage bicycles, great wholesale prices. Dave McLean Antiques. Sam & Sons Jewelers offer custom-made jewelry at 10640 South Cicero. You can buy, sell, trade, repair, and restyle. They have certified loose diamonds and gemstones. Sam & Sons Jewelers, easy to reach at 10640 South Cicero. You should get to Ignatz Ristorante. It's at 24th and Oakley. They feature things like chicken Vesuvio and cacciatore, steak Isabella, veal parmesan. They're highly rated by Chicago's Best, Time Out Chicago, 190 North, Chicago Magazine. Ignatz, 2421 South Oakley. Eat there. We're back in the Spotlight. It's time to talk baseball. Basketball's over. So, we talk about key guys in the White Sox lineup that will be required to step it up if this team is to contend in 2013. And one guy who comes to mind is Paul Konerko. He's always been an intense analyst of his own game, sometimes to a flaw. He certainly seems to have mastered the beating himself up aspect of it, but still a very analytical thinker about his hitting and his play in general. And, of course, being the captain and a guy who is a virtual daily spokesman for the club, did a pregame thing recently, and in it he analyzes the club himself, and particularly interesting material as the thoughtful Paul Konerko usually provides.
But we've been playing pretty good ball. I think the defense has kind of tightened up a little bit, and we've been playing some clean games, and definitely looked better in this last week than we probably have all year. So just try to build off of that, and take it. We have an off day Thursday, so let's go hard for these 3 days.
When that happens, you guys, you're conscious of it. Do you guys talk about it, or you just go out there and keep repeating it?
Yeah, I think you can feel that there, that there's a little different energy in the clubhouse. You feel like there's some good things that can happen, but you definitely don't talk about it. I think you just, these games keep coming at you every day, so you just keep playing. But Anaheim's a good team. They got some weapons over there, and we played pretty well against them, so we should feel confident about it. It should give us confidence that we're a pretty good team.
Paul, this team started to make a move about the same time last year. Only this year, you've got a division full of pretty good teams. It's like fighting your way out of the bottom. All these other teams have to start losing, and they're all pretty good now in this division, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's until we play any of them, we can't control that. I mean, that's as simple as that. I mean, just do what we can do tonight against the team we're playing, and unless you have any other suggestions how to slow them down while we're not playing them.
Wish I could help you with that.
Yeah, well, if you can, let us know. We'll try. But yeah, we'll. Hey, if you want to win a division and be in that conversation, it's not going to come easy. I mean, there's going to be resistance. There's going to be tough teams. I'm sure it's happened in some years where, I think a team finished 500 or finished even a couple below and won the division. I'm sure it's happened, but it's not going to happen this year. So if you want to win a division here, you got to track them down and play well. And that's the way it should be, really.
Do you caution against people saying, well, you're going to get John and Gordon back? Sometimes it takes a while for them to fall back into the major league game. So that's not necessarily something that's going to give you a push right away, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's fair to those guys, especially somebody like John, who's been out of the big leagues for a while now, to put that on them, that they need to come in here and somehow, spark us to a 10-game winning streak. I don't think it's fair to them. But, there's something to be said for, you have your best laid plans of your team when you leave spring training or in the off season. There is a certain, energy when you have that roster or you get those guys back, because it feels like this was what you were supposed to have. At least initially, I think you got to be good. I mean, it's like when you make a trade during the year or something like that. I mean, that first few days after the trade, there seems to be a good energy because it's something kind of new, kind of like when we got you last year. Right. But ultimately you got to be good and you got to do it every day, and I think it's kind of like that. But with Gordon, I mean, he was playing good ball before he went down, and for his sake, hopefully he can come back and keep that going, because I felt like he was making some stride. I mean, defensively he's great, we know that, but he was swinging the bat well, and hopefully he can pick up where he left off.
What has been a consistent bright spot for you, though, in a season that's starting a little more slowly than you might like? What one good thing has been there every day?
The team's starting to play better, and that's kind of where, for me, I'm just trying to contribute and to be a part of it. And obviously, if personally it's not going well, or you're not getting the results you want, and the team's not doing well, and you're not getting the results you want, it's kind of a double whammy. So, the better the team can go and you can kind of chip in here, you feel like, maybe if you're not doing as much, you can kind of throw some in to help with in a winning fashion, So, but yeah, it's sometimes it's hard. I'm on all fronts. I mean, it's not. Sometimes there's the only positive you take out of it is you can go home at night and know that you gave everything you had, and no one knows that, or I mean, I think they know it, but I mean, sometimes all you got is that you did it right, and it's as simple as that. I mean, that's all you have. You have nothing else, and those are the tough times. But you just got to know that you did it right, and you came and you fought and you went hard. It's nice when you do the exact same thing and you get everything that comes with it. I've been there too. Hopefully going back to that, but yeah, sometimes it's just like any other job. I mean, it goes bad sometimes, and man, I'm giving everything I got, and that's all you got.
Do you feel close?
Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop, Give them a call, 708-474-1212. You've got to get to Kelly's Tavern. You'll have a good time. I'm cracking up thinking about it. Benkowski Trivia, 44th and Wallace. Friday, May 24th, and again June 7th at 8 p.m. Come out and play. Bring your friends. It's fun. Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace. See you over there. McKell's Inn, where good friends meet for a cool one. 3259 West 111th Street, just west of Kedzie. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have $1.50 domestic bottles, $4 Guinness every day. Great people, great staff, and trivia switches to Monday nights starting January 14th. You don't want to miss that. At McKell's Inn, 3259 West 111th Street in Mount Greenwood. We're back in the spotlight. We're at Mood's Bar in Portage, Indiana. We're playing trivia, and we want to bring you this very interesting segment. So let the fans take over here. They're good players. Mood's in Portage. Thank you. This group 3 times had a top 10 song of the 2000s. 2009, it was Boom Boom Pow. Black Eyed Peas. Look at all the right answers. Harry Carey would say, hey, they don't even miss. Nice jump, Shannon. We have that on tape. Let's go to the Reese. Music. She was in the top 10 of a given year 3 times in the 2000s, including her collaboration with Jay-Z called Empire State of Mind. Alicia Keys. Man, they know they're blank. They know they're blank. 80. So the Reese's to 230. Let's go to the bar. The bartenders seem to be answering more than that couple in red. What would you all like to do? Music or baseball? All right, now I have their attention. In 2007, his hit, Good Life, was one of his 3 top 10s of a year. Who is he? 5 seconds. Going. Kanye West is right. I don't think there's been a wrong answer yet. 90. And so, the bar to 2 bills. I'm here every other Wednesday. Easy to reach off 94, exit 19, when you come into Indiana. And we're in the middle of a game, but we're going to pause for some opinions. The initial spokesperson for the Incredibles is with me. Tell everybody your name and what you like about the bar.
Well, my name is Aaron Van Wormer. I grew up in Portage, and what I like about this bar, nice chill atmosphere. Every single bartender is nice. And a little backstory, I used to grow up sitting at a table in the corner when I was a little kid. My aunt used to bartend here, so I kind of was raised in this bar. I'd sit there and drink Shirley Temples. And I don't know, I love it. All my friends come here, and it's real nice. And if you want to have a good time, come here.
All right, it's very heartfelt and real. Let's see if anybody else at the table wants to talk. They all seem to be on their electronic devices, but we'll just pan them, and you can see why I'm a fan of this team. I didn't say a word. All right, and now let's talk to some other teams. So we move tables, and we move over to the corner, also a veteran team that has a lot of acumen. And tell everybody your name, Vern, and tell them why you're wearing a Blackhawk shirt.
Vernon Wright, and I'm a Blackhawk fan, and I like to support with my favorite player, Patrick Kane.
He's got the caner on. By the way, are you related to David Wright of the Mets?
I wish. I'd like to think he was like my distant cousin and he took his athletic prowess after me, but that's not the case, unfortunately.
Because he got a David Wright question earlier in this game. But anyway, back to the Blackhawks. What makes you think they're going to do damage in the playoffs?
They started out really hot, and they've slacked off a little bit, but they've got the #1 line in hockey. As long as they're healthy, they'll do fine.
Good perspective. Do we have any other sports fans at this table? Or maybe Moods fans? Okay, we have another fan lined up. He's part of the corner. Introduce yourself and tell us why you like coming to Moods.
My name's Tony Aaron. I like coming to Moods because the people are friendly, the bartenders are hot, the food's great. Patrick's good host, a lot of fun.
Well, that's very concise and winners across the board. Are there any other promotional events here besides trivia that you come to?
No, just trivia. I know they have horseshoes, but I only participate in trivia.
Okay. Yeah, by the way, they do have a huge backyard. And they got trivia and bags and a lot of stuff going on here. Really, a lot. We're talking to the team with the elaborate Reese Witherspoon name. Help me out. I didn't want to screw it up on camera this time. What is your full name?
Reese Mixed Oliver Drinks Witherspoon.
Okay, and your individual name?
I'm Bill Crosby.
Okay, and why do you like coming to Moods? And give me a sports opinion, too.
I really like coming to Moods. It's just a nice, friendly bar. Everybody's nice, and you can just sort of be yourself around here. And I'm not really good at sports, at least trivia on them, so I don't really like them all too much.
Thank you, and we'll be back with more on the Spotlight after these messages.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar. Thursday, $1.50 Miller Old Style. And of course, my trivia games alternate Thursdays. The next one, May 23rd at 8 p.m. You know they have $12 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day? Easy to reach at 79th and Narragansett. Check out Little Frank's. You'll be glad you did. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. At the Office Sports Bar and Grill is a great place to go. 4901 Cal-Sag Road in Crestwood, near 132nd and Cicero. 15 appetizers, flatbreads, burgers, wraps, paninis, 20 sandwiches, soups, and salads. At the Office Sports Bar and Grill, near 132nd and Cicero. It's time to talk Robin Ventura. The White Sox manager certainly continues to be the 180-degree opposite of his predecessor, Ozzie Guillen. And maybe this season it's appropriate. The White Sox got off to a pretty crappy start. And 7 weeks into it, found themselves 6 games out of first place, but it could have been way worse. So, as we hit June, Robin analyzes the squad, talks about when people are coming back, what they're going to do, and here's a fairly typical pregame session with Robin.
Well, I think offensively we're starting to turn around. So, there's, as far as looking at games ahead, you're looking like you can compete a lot more than you did before. So, for us, I think that's the most positive sign in the right direction.
You look at a body of work from a week, Adam for a week. What perceptibly is he doing different than a few weeks back when he was really scuffling?
I don't know if mechanically it's all, I think people look at mechanics and think that's just it, but it has to be a combination of feeling good with the mechanics and having a clear mind and feeling positive when you're swinging the bat. So, sometimes mechanical stuff makes you feel better at the plate, and looking at him, you wouldn't see a noticeable difference in anything. He's not wide open or really closed or standing on his head. It's just gotten better.
Did you ever get in a spot in your playing days where you just stripped it down like he did?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think everybody goes through it. But it's hard to do when you're playing every day, because it's probably not going to work the day that you do it. You're looking at 3 days probably that you have to live through it until it gets better, and that's not always the easiest thing to do.
Sometimes you tinker too much, and that could really
you can tinker too much. You can't. I mean, again, it's about doing what is right and doing what you feel is right, and that's why you have guys here that you can talk to and do things. So there's not a one answer fits all.
How about the DH role and how it relates to a player who's scuffling?
I think right now we're just going back and forth with Paul and Adam. So I don't think the DH part. I think getting on the field's fine. I think as far as them being healthy and keeping them fresh, that's one way to do it. I don't know if either one of them is a perfect DH as far as when you think of the typical DH guy. They think a lot, and that's not always good for a DH. But
are the cleaner defensive games that your team has played an indication to you and your staff that you turned the corner into where you want to be?
You hope to think so, but again, it's that's a daily thing, and you just continue to stay on top of it and preach it and do all those things. But it's been better.
Yeah, you don't want to jinx it, obviously.
No.
But on the other hand,
but it's been better.
You see
it's been
better.
Yeah.
I mean, relays and
it's been better. I think we're a little picky on how it's done. Whether there's not exactly an error put on the board, it's still a mistake. So we're cleaning those up and getting better at it.
The extra work help?
I think so.
As a hitter and as a manager, do you ever have to take different approaches to different pitchers? Like a guy like John Lester tonight, he's undefeated, he's pitched so well.
Yeah, and again, everybody's different. I think you have to have a different approach for what people throw and what they're comfortable throwing. So with him, a very good cutter. I think you need to be. There's things you need to be aware of that other guys don't have. So it's different every day. Every pitcher creates their own problems as for you as a hitter, and it's our job and their job to figure out the best approach to go about it.
Do you write down new lineups? Do you tinker with that and think, well, maybe I'll try this guy over here? I know that the Alexi to second, was a change from your original thought, but how about other people that could move within 1 through 9?
You do that all the time. It's not nothing set in stone as far as where guys are. I mean, we move Adam and Paul around, and there's a possibility to move people around, but right now this is the one that seems to be looking the best, and you go with it. I think it could change, at any time, really, depending on how healthy guys are.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. Albo's Sandwich Shop is new. They got good stuff. Open 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Italian beef, sausage, meatball, steak sandwiches, parmesan, soups, Italian subs, salads. At 6316 Archer, right around Mobile. Albo's Sandwich Shop. Really good stuff. Amelia's Bar and Grill. Easy to reach at 46th and Halsted. Open for lunch and dinner daily. Private parties and catering. A unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties. Brought to you by Chef Eusebio Garcia. A great place to eat. Amelia's Bar and Grill. 46th and Halsted. You'll enjoy it. Especially the incredible variety of menu. An amazing array of things available at Amelia's Bar and Grill. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. I'll be back there May 27th at 7 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State,
a fun place. You should get to Beefy's. It's been a neighborhood tradition since 1987. Easy to reach at 58th and Harlem. Famous chicken sub, of course, the Italian beef. You got your double cheeseburgers. They tell you to dine in or carry out. Beefy's, 5749 South Harlem Avenue. Let's get our corrected time. Let's go back to 2005. Dusty Baker, then managing the Cubs, talks about things like interleague play. That's one.
Come on, people. It's hot in here.
Do you think these series are overhyped to an extent, because it's really only 3 games, an opponent that you're not going to see again most likely unless you go to the World Series? Is it a little bit over the top?
Well, I don't think this one is. Some of them are, but this one isn't, because they haven't been here forever. Since 1918, I was told, and they've never been in this ballpark. So I don't think this one's overhyped. I mean, this one is hyped like it should be, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of history on both sides, a lot of different myths and superstitions and all kind of stuff on both sides. So I think this one is, should be hyped.
You talked about the matchup today, which I find pretty interesting, the fact that you have an extremely aggressive pitcher in Maddox and an extremely aggressive hitting team with the Red Sox.
Well, I don't know if Maddox is extremely aggressive. I think he's aggressive with trickery, so I've seen the Red Sox many times on TV. I haven't seen them in person. We don't get to see them in spring training, and this club can hit. I mean, they depend big time on hitting, so I think it's going to be a heck of a series.
What's your thoughts on interleague play, maybe compared to when it first began? Were you always an advocate of it, or is it won you over?
Well, that was one probably I wasn't for it at all in the beginning, and then I wasn't for being a Pierce. I wasn't for the 3 divisional play until after '93. I guess I didn't. Our team had 103 games, and then we didn't get to go. So I wasn't really for the wild card, but then I came around, and I like interleague play. I just wish that there'd probably be less games. I think, you know what I mean, because it's over a 10th of our schedule is interleague play, I think. So that's quite a bit. So I'm for it big time, but I just wish they would cut it down some.
Nomar Garciaparra always has a smiling face for the camera. Todd Walker, too. And they go shoulder to shoulder.
Is it particularly painful not to be able to play this weekend because of your old team?
It's painful. My groin hurts. But it's, I would love to be out there playing right now. That's for sure. Aside from not only just the Red Sox being in town, but at the same time being out there knowing I'll be able to play from dealing with this injury. But, I also know I have confidence in my team as well, going out there and performing.
And Nomar Garciaparra became more famous after marrying Mia Hamm. This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.